I invite you to let this story calm your mind and soothe your heart. Orchid and Magnolia, A Tale of Sappho. This story is about a human named Orchid and an earth elemental called Magnolia, who together protect and nurture their forest home through mutual support and compassion. In the heart of the serene valley of wind, where golden leaves whispered in the gentle breeze, lived a human named Orchid. She was a compassionate soul, known for her kindness towards every creature she encountered. One day, as the sun cast its warm embrace over the valley, Orchid wandered deeper into the ancient forest. Her heart guided her towards the core of the woods, where an earth elemental named Magnolia resided. Magnolia was as majestic as the forest she called home, her presence an embodiment of strength and tranquility. Her skin glimmered with a mosaic of bark and blossoming vines, each flower reflecting the seasons. Her eyes, deep as the earth's core, reflected wisdom ancient and vast. Fati, overwhelmed by the sheer beauty and serenity of Magnolia, felt a sense of awe and respect fill her heart. "Hello," Orchid whispered, her voice barely audible over the rustling leaves. The Magnolia turned slowly, her gaze meeting Orchid's with gentle curiosity. "Everything's dear human," Magnolia replied, her voice the soothing melody that harmonized with the forest symphony. They spent many moments in quiet conversation, sharing stories of the land and the creatures that dwelled within. As their bond grew, Orchid realized Magnolia often carried the weight of the forest's balance alone. The forest depended on her to maintain harmony within its bounds, which was a task both noble and taxing. Wanting to help, Orchid offered her companionship whenever Magnolia needed. The Nelly accepted with a grateful smile, a rare expression that only those she deemed trustworthy could witness. Together they were to nurture the forest. Orchid's gentle hands planted seeds, and Magnolia's vibrant energy urged them to grow. They would walk under the starlit sky, hand listening as the earth shared its secrets. Orchid learned of the network of roots that carried messages across the forest's soil, and Magnolia marveled at the human heart's capacity for love and empathy. One stormy night, a fierce wind threatened to tear through the valley. The trees swayed perilously and the animals cried out in fear. Magnolia stood at the forest's edge, arms raised to call upon her elemental powers to shield the valley, but the storm's fury was immense. Orchid, standing by Magnolia's side, lent her support in spirit, whispering words of encouragement. As Magnolia's strength waned, Orchid's unwavering belief fortified her resolve. Together, they summoned a protective barrier, solidifying the bonds between human hope and elemental might. The storm passed, leaving a renewed calm over the valley. The creatures emerged one by one, unharmed and grateful. Magnolia and Orchid shared a loving glance, knowing their unity had spared the forest from harm. As dawn broke, painting the sky with hues of gold and lavender, Magnolia spoke softly. "You have my gratitude, Orchid. Your heart's warmth is a beacon in these woods," Orchid responded with a radiant smile. "And you have shown me the deep-rooted strength of the earth." They embraced, each holding the other's unique essence within their hearts. From that day onward, their friendship flourished, a testament to the power of support, compassion, and harmony with nature. They continued to care for the valley, ensuring it thrived under the watchful eyes of both human and elemental guardians. Let's continue our journey with another story. Amaryllis and Susan, A Tale of Responsibility. This story is about Amaryllis and Susan learning the importance of keeping promises through the shared duty of beautifying their village. In a quaint village nestled between whispering forests and babbling brooks, there lived a young girl named Amaryllis. Her hair was a cascade of sunlight, and her laughter echoed like the joyous sounds of a summer festival. Emily shared a peculiar bond with a little mouse named Susan, whose coat was the color of fresh-baked cookies. Every evening, as the stars began their gentle dance across the sky, Amolis told Susan tales of adventure and mystery. One day, Amolis found herself faced with a daunting task. She had promised the villagers to plant new flowers in the town square to bring back the color and vibrancy. Yet, as the days grew warmer, Amolis found herself spending less time in the garden and more time with her books. The square looked barren, and the villagers began to murmur their concerns. Susan, observing her friend eat flax, felt a sense of responsibility. She nudged Amolis, squeaking insistently. "Remember your promise," Susan seemed to say, her eyes reflecting the earnestness of her tiny heart. Amolis, feeling the weight of her commitment, nodded solemnly. Together, they embarked on a journey to fulfill the forgotten promise. In the heat of the day, Amolis carefully dug into the earth, while Susan scampered beside her, carrying seeds in her little paws. They labored tirelessly, under the golden gaze of the sun. Susan scurried round, patting the soil over each planted seed with her delicate feet. As the evening settled, it was the shimmering glow of fireflies and the soothing hum of the night that revealed their transformed masterpiece. The town square was now a tapestry of blues, reds, and yellows. The villagers celebrated their renewed garden with grateful smiles, and Amoris learned a valuable lesson in keeping one's promise. Susan, too, of course, received her share of praises, and together, they basked in the warmth of their revitalized home. The bond between them grew stronger, a testament to the power of shared responsibility and friendship. Here's another peaceful story for tonight. Iris and Zinnia's Empathy Journey. This story is about Iris, a human girl, and Zinnia, a spring sprite, who discovered the power of intimacy to heal and nurture the world around them. On the edge of a verdant forest, where the trees danced with the wind, there lived a young girl named Iris. She had hair like sun gold, and eyes the color of the deep blue sea. Iris often wandered into the forest, drawn by the mysterious beauty. It held the whispers of leaves, sharing secrets only she seemed to understand. One afternoon, as sunlight dappled through the canopy, Iris met Zinnia, a spring sprite, with wings shimmering like freshly fallen dew. Zinnia looked at Iris curiously, her eyes gleaming with a hint of mischief and ancient wisdom. "Fellow human," she chirped, fluttering round Iris' head. Iris was surprised, but not frightened. She smiled, feeling an inexplicable tug at her heart. "Hello, Zinnia," she replied, somehow knowing the sprite's name. Zinnia was tasked with ensuring the rebirth of flora each spring, a mission she went about with joy. However, she had noticed something peculiar. Each year, the flowers seemed less vibrant, and it troubled her. "Your heart," Zinnia began, landing lightly on Iris' shoulder. "It feels kindness and sadness." Iris nodded slowly, words catching in her throat. She felt deeply for the world's sufferings, animals losing their homes, the growing tired. He spoke of them polite before she felt compelled to share, but did not want the how. Zinnia, intrigued by Iris' passion, decided to help. The sprite waved her hand, creating a vision of interconnectedness. Fruits entwined beneath the soil, leaves exchanging whispers through air currents, animals and humans sharing glances. Iris' eyes widened as she understood the silent language of nature. Together, Iris and Zinnia explored the forest, Iris learning to listen with her heart. They sat by the brook, watching water play its melody, each ripple a note of harmony. The forest is heart. Spring sprites spoke about Antibiotics' power to heal, to nurture growth. just like the sunlight encourages flowers to bloom. Iris realized that by planting seeds of kindness and understanding, she could radiate vibrancy. As they parted at dusk, Zinnia gifted Iris with a sprig of lavender, symbolizing trust and empathy. Iris felt lighter, a new resolve burning within her. The forest was now a companion, and every tree held stories and sang songs of hope. Embracing impulsively Sunny, Iris knew she could help restore the world's vitality. As the night stretched starry veil, Iris whispered to the wind, promising to harness the power of Enchi. The forest responded with a chorus of rustling leaves, acknowledging her vow to heal and protect nature. Life Ox Doubt Subject Alan. Our next story is here to warm your heart. Crocus and Vinca, an embrace under the stars. This story is about the unbreakable bond and silent understanding between Crocus and Vinca as they embrace under the stars. On the edge of the Whispering Woods, there lived a gentle human named Crocus and his best friend, a bear called Vinca. Crocus was known for his kindness and love for all living creatures, while Vinca was famous for her warm heart and protective nature. One crisp of autumn evening, as the leaves painted the ground in hues of amber and gold, Crocus and Vinca embarked on a simple adventure that would forever bind their friendship. The night was alive with the sound of rustling leaves and the aroma of pine in the air. Stars twinkled above, like jewels scattered across a velvet sky. Crocus felt a tingle of excitement as he and Vinca ventured deeper into the woods. Tonight was special. It felt as though the universe had woven magic threads into the very fabric of the world. They walked side by side, with Vinca's powerful paws making gentle thuds on the forest floor, while Crocus took careful steps to avoid disturbing the tiniest of creatures. After a while, they reached a clearing where the moonlight cascaded in silvery beams, like a gentle waterfall of light. "Look," whispered Crocus, pointing to a cluster of wildflowers that danced in the breeze, their petals delicate and inviting under the moonlight's gaze. Vinca nodded and rumbled with contentment. Crocus sat down on a soft patch of grass, inviting Vinca to join him. The bear lowered herself beside him, her fur dark and glossy and smelling like fresh air. "Oh, I've always felt that you and these woods are part of my home," said Crocus, his voice filled with warmth. Vinca responded by nudging Crocus gently with her muzzle, a gesture that spoke volumes without words. A sudden gust of wind swept through the clearing, emboldening the leaves to dance higher and fill the air with rhythmic rustling. The two friends laughed, their voices mingling with the songs of nature. Vinca placed her large paw over Crocus's hand, ensuring that he felt secure and loved in her presence. As the night grew deeper, they watched creatures wander in the shadows, a family of deer gracefully passing by and an owl hooting softly from a high branch. "It's incredible how everything is connected, isn't it?" mused Crocus, gazing thoughtfully at the sky. Vinca grunted in agreement, her heart swelling with the simplicity of this shared moment. It seemed to flow like a gentle river nearby, each moment a ripple in the vast ocean of their companionship. Feeling a chill in the evening air, Crocus leaned closer to Vinca, enveloped in the warmth of her fur. He closed his eyes, appreciating the comfort and safety of being with someone who understood him without needing words. This was an embrace that transcended the boundaries of their individuality, forming a cocoon of mutual care. The stars above twinkled brighter, as if applauding the heartfelt bond below. That night, under the endless sky, Crocus and Vinca vowed silently to nurture their friendship and cherish the unspoken understanding they had found in each other's company. Close your eyes, breathe, and drift into a peaceful sleep.